I can now go across France 24's Bénédicte Paviot, standing by outside number 10. Bénédicte, Boris Johnson was fighting to keep his job until a few hours ago. What flipped the switch?
Well, what flipped the switch is the fact that the resignations just came on coming. We were at 52. And interestingly, Downing Street press office was not responding anymore to any journalists' calls, UK journalists' calls, let alone international press. So we knew that something was going on, and then the press office called the BBC, and things were clarified. And so we now have this statement from Downing Street, this new position that instead of clinging on, as he has been doing for over 48 hours, Boris Johnson has agreed, after talking to Graham Brady, the chairman of the 1922 Tory backbench committee, a committee that has within its power to change its rules and would have set in motion, most likely at the beginning of next week, a second vote of confidence in him, that was what awaited the Prime Minister. But we were already talking about constitutional crisis, that this was unprecedented, and really the humiliating process for Boris Johnson personally, for the position of Prime Minister, for the Conservative Party, and indeed internationally for the image of the United Kingdom. And clearly, having slept on it, Boris Johnson decided that a process must now be accepted and that he should change position. So we now have Boris Johnson is going to resign. We expect him to make a statement before midday. Possibly we'll see a podium come out. And the tone, the content, of course, his demeanour will be what we will look for. But we understand that we're in a process where he accepts that he's going and that a new leader would need to be in place in time for what is the biggest political party conference of the year, which is in the autumn for the Conservatives and other political parties. So that is the new timetable that we are now proceeding under.
Bénédicte, you were right when you said earlier, a couple of weeks ago, you told me, Boris Johnson, it would be a death by 1,000 cuts. As you mentioned there, the Prime Minister is due to give a statement. What is he expected to say, really?
Well, I think what we can... Well, first, it'll be very interesting to see. He was very combative yesterday, both at Prime Minister's questions, not just with real fierce grilling from the opposition benches, which, unsurprisingly, the Labour leader, the Liberal Democrat leader, the Scottish National Party, all opposition leaders continued to ask for him to step down, which he's been refusing to do for several months. But also at that liaison over 2-hour grilling by this influential senior MP's liaison committee, and he was really defiant. Even one MP saying, "How's it going, Prime Minister? Will you be in post tomorrow?" And he had answered terrific to the first question, and then saying, "Of course, I'll be in position tomorrow." Well, actually, 24 hours later, he's still the Prime Minister, but clearly there is. It's time to say goodbye. So how will this goodbye come? I think he will remind journalists, of which there are lots and lots here, of course, British and international media here, waiting for a Prime Minister to come out and make that statement. But we'll be looking at, very likely he'll say that he got Brexit done, that he had this huge, not seen since Margaret Thatcher, colossal, as he calls it, victory back in 2019, an 80-seat majority and therefore mandate, and that the huge vaccination programme. But that is all very much in the past, and we are now in the present with a country that has 9.1% inflation, set to go to 10 or 11% in the autumn, and people not being able to pay their bills.
Indeed, a lot of uncertainty lies ahead. Thank you very much for that, Bénédicte Paviot, reporting there from outside number 10 Downing Street. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching.